Welcome to Nothing But Net Philippines. My name is Aaron Atayde, coming to you from San Francisco for All-Star Weekend. And joining me on today's show is a man that needs absolutely no introduction around Manila. The man that gives us the best information when it comes to the Los Angeles Lakers, the one and only ESPN reporter, Dave McMenamin. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great.
My first question is, this makes you a how many time All-Star already?
Aaron, that's a great question. I haven't actually added them up. I've been covering the NBA since 2005. So out of a possible 20, I got to be around like 14, I'd say.
So out of 20, there's not that many people that can beat that. One of them is LeBron James.
Yeah.
He's got 21 in a row. He does have a lot of people's numbers. I mean, you've watched him throughout his entire career, through these 2 decades, really, that we've been watching him. What are some of the things that has changed the most, really, about him?
Well, one of them is he adapted his game along with the three-point revolution. He is a reliable three-point shooter now. It's not the strongest part of his game. It's still him with the ball in the open court. He's a locomotive, and he's able to either finish at the rim or is that incredible vision to pass to open shooters. But he's been able to extend his longevity by becoming a reliable three-point shooter, and then really his commitment to the game.
Yeah.
I mean, we all get tired of our job sometimes, but he still puts in the time. I'm talking about, like, he goes on vacation. He'd be on a yacht in Sardinia, and he's making sure that that yacht has the requisite gym equipment so he can get in his 2-hour workout. He'll bring his trainer, Mike Mancias, with him around the world to then get massage and work out the kinks of his body to make sure he's ready to go when the season comes around. That commitment is staggering.
The commitment has not changed. It's gone through so many, actually, phases of it, but it's just continued growth. The one thing that has changed a lot, though, is his roster right now. We're going to get to a couple of those major trades. I want to talk about the one that didn't go through. Dalton Knecht coming back to the Lakers. How is this organization dealing with this very awkward situation?
I'll give credit to Dalton. When he had the first meeting with J.J. Redick and Rob Pelinka when he was back in L.A., and it was like, okay, let's get this reunion going, he said, what I care about is being given the chance to continue to compete and play basketball. So he's going to continue. He's a worker, and he loves the game. So he's going to do his part. And now it's going to be incumbent upon J.J. Redick to make Dalton to feel like he's a part of the team again, and a reliable part of the team. There was a time in December in late November where he was like the second best Laker beyond Anthony Davis. LeBron was struggling early in the year, and the Lakers got through that rough patch thanks in large part because of Dalton Knecht. Now, listen, what does the roster need more? A healthy Mark Williams or Dalton Knecht? It would have needed a healthy Mark Williams, but you can't turn back time now. That thing is dead and done. And Dalton Knecht, he scored 10 points in his first action back with the Lakers against the Jazz before the All-Star break began. And I'd love to see him in some lineups where he's spreading the floor with both LeBron and Luka. One, because he's a gravitational player, so you're going to have to pay attention to him. So that should open up a little bit more of a driving lane for LeBron. And two, both those guys are such great passers that if Dalton moves without the ball, they can find him. And obviously when he gets going, he's a truly, truly special shooter.
Yeah, you were talking about it right there. The pieces are kind of starting to come together, and the dust is starting to settle now, based on that trade deadline. And of course, the biggest mover of that was Luka Doncic to the team. Now that everyone has kind of understood the position that they're in right now, what is the atmosphere like in that organization right now?
Well, I'll say this. The last time I left the team was in Salt Lake City. It was a tired basketball group. And obviously, Dorian Finney-Smith, Gabe Vincent didn't make the trip because they were both taking care of some knick-knack injuries, trying to get ahead of it over this break. But that was in the moment, and they lost to the Jazz. The overall vibes are very high right now.
Okay.
And they recognize they've been building something for the last month and a half really now. And even throughout that time, yes, Anthony Davis was a huge part of it, but some of their success was when Anthony Davis missed games. So they view like they have recognized they are a group that gets along with one another on and off the court. They're very professional. They believe in their coach, JJ Redick. They think they have a game plan night in and night out that allows them to beat their opponent so long as they follow it. And the infusion of a talent like Luka Doncic, like anyone who has any sort of passion or has paid any attention to the game of basketball over the last half decade recognizes that Luka Doncic is a special, special player that could end up, when it's all said and done, being considered like a top 5, top 10 player of all time.
So when you think back to where you were at the start of the season, and now lastly, we'll make this quick, has the aspirations of this team changed at all?
Well, I'll say this. JJ Redick, from the very start, has visions of turning this team into a championship contender. No matter if Anthony Davis is on the team or Luka Doncic. What's changed is some of the guys on this team now believe their coach. Because they know it's not a pipe dream. If they do what he's asked them to do, they could very well be in the Western Conference Finals, if not the Finals.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The one and only Dave McMenamin. I'm Aaron Atayde. This has been Nothing But Net Philippines. We'll see you all next time.